Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to go through 6 things that you should remove from your business website immediately. I'm Bobby, co-founder of BMunchie. We've helped create over 700 business websites and get them launched online and even ranked onto page 1 of search engines such as Google and Bing. As you can imagine, I see a lot of websites throughout the day running a web design agency. So I'm going to go through 6 things you should be removing off the website if you want to increase conversions and increase engagement time so people stay longer on your website. Let's jump into it. Number 1, crazy colors. You don't want to see loads of colors. It needs to match the business branding. If it's not matching your business branding, then it simply means it's not going to be any good for your end user because there's too many colors going off on the website. Let me show you an example. So this website here, you can see straight away loads of colors in the background. There's flashing colors in multiple places, and then there's no clear definition of what the business brand colors are or either. So you don't know if they're purple, you don't know if they're red, you don't know if they're going to be green, you don't know if they're blue. So there's so many different colors to go from. It's quite distracting to the eye, and even as you scroll down, and then as you get towards the bottom, there's big white empty spaces at the bottom as well. So straight away, what you'd want to avoid having is a busy website with so many colors. So here the website, you can see where the branding's been done correctly, and you can even see the colors are coherent throughout the entire design. And what you'll also notice as I scroll through the design is the headings and the background colors also match the branding. It's not just odds and sods of loads of different colors in the background to distract you. It's clean, elegant and sleek, which is what an end user wants to see when they're going to a website, whether that be for cars or any other service. Secondly, you want to avoid vague headlines. Having a vague headline, it doesn't give the clear mission of your website, it doesn't explain the purpose or the goal of the website either. You want to make sure when an end user comes to the site, they can straight away see what you provide as a service or as products, and then they can get to know a bit more about the business either as they scroll down the website or even if they go through and navigate to different pages. I've got an example of a website here that I'll show you now where the actual website is simply quite, vague. The website's simply just vague. The company name is here in the top, but it's also mentioned here, so it doesn't really tell you what they do, whether they provide, it's got hair room, so you're not sure whether they provide wigs, highlights, or even hair transplant services. And as you scroll down, it's then got a bit more information, and you can tell straight away it's a hair salon. So maybe they could have had something here, getting rid of this to basically say they're a hair salon in a location, for example, and then a little blurb about the business or a little tagline potentially on what they do. For example, they've got, passionate, approachable, and dedicated. That could have been just underneath it. If they've got an ideal target audience, for example, if they only deal with women's hair, then they could have even mentioned that. Or if it's just men's hair with equality and all that sort of stuff. Secondly, just a side note, you'll notice it says make a booking. However, it's not a booking button, it's a button to actually dial the company's telephone number. So again, that's sort of misleading to an end user because someone might think, well, I can make a booking on the website, and they actually just simply can't make a booking. So that's something I'd be sort of, looking at overall, thinking, well, you can't actually book on the site. It's not going to let you book. As an end user, it might be confusing on what's actually going to happen. Thirdly, imagine driving a car and you're trying to get to a location without a sat nav and you're not even sure what route to take. Same thing when a website's got poor menu labels. So here's a website. It's got about us, our services, case studies. Now, if you hover your mouse, nothing happens. If you click on it, big long drop down. Our services, another big long drop down, but there is a lot of white space here where they could have pulled out some of the main parts of their services that they provide and put them across here, or the about us section. They could have had some of the details here. And if you scroll to the bottom again, they've already got some of the details at the bottom, such as insurance, privacy policy, cookie policy, which is fine and great. But again, there's more empty spaces, so they could have even had some of the details that are not needed at the top, such as our history maybe, or the history could have been combined with the company, or some of the least popular services if they wanted to, towards the bottom, out the way. And then that would have utilised more space at the top, as well as allowing users to be able to navigate straight to the place that they need to get to, or the page that they're looking for. And what normally tends to happen, people will just leave the website, reducing your engagement time, which isn't good for search engines either. Images and videos play a big part on a website. Having stock images or stock videos is not really the greatest thing in place. They stand out like a sore thumb, and 2, they don't really represent your brand. It ends up making the website look unprofessional and templated. So you want to try and avoid having any stock photos on a website if possible. I also understand when you're a new business, you might not have no photos of any work that you've completed, which, fine, fair enough. You need to get some images. As soon as you've started doing work, you want to start replacing those stock images and replacing them with actual work that you've carried out. Here's a website that's got some stock images in place, which could either be replaced with paid stock images, so they're a bit more premium and exclusive and not being used here, there and everywhere, or they could just simply replace them as the business has been going potentially for a good few years. Straight away you go to the home page and you can see there's an image right away in place. That's a stock photo, and as you scroll down, just under what our customers say, behind the testimonials, again there's an image there as well. And let's say, for example, we go to one of the central heating pages such as repair, and another stock photo, and there's only one photo in place as well, which also gives the website a bit more of a plain, boring feel. It looks a bit more like a textbook. There's no images breaking it up, there's no videos in place of actual work, or even, team members within the company, for example, which will give it a bit more social trust, because an end user will be able to see a bit more relatable information for that business. Long sliders on the home page or across any page. 1, no one's going to sit there sliding through. 2, you could have more important information towards the bottom of that page, because as the user goes onto the page, they're most likely going to scroll down that page. Also, with having multiple slides, say more than 4 or 5 slides on a page, it could reduce loading speeds as well for a website. Here's an example of a website. So this is the home page of the website. To be fair to them, these telephone numbers don't look like this. They're actually like this here, but it's only because I can click on it to dial it out through our system if needed. So you can see there's 5 slides, no text on any of them. So it doesn't really mention, you can see there's 5 slides straight away on the home page. It doesn't mention what they do. It doesn't mention who they are as a business, locations that they cover, for example, unless you start reading into the menu that's on the website, or if you start scrolling down. Chances are, if you go to this website and you see the first slide, you'll straight away start scrolling down. You're not going to see the other slides, and as you are scrolling down, you can see it in the background of the menu bar, as it's a bit transparent. What you'll also notice is the company are based in the UK, however the text is Americanized. It needs to obviously be towards more of their target location. Side note, always check the content that goes on your website as well. However, what I mentioned previously about stock photos, you'll notice this website has got real photos of work that they've actually done, which gives it a lot more authenticity overall compared to stock photos. So yeah, having a slideshow is great. Having too many slides on that slideshow is a bit pointless, because not an end user's not going to sit there scrolling through. And then if you have a slideshow, you want to make sure you've got the most relevant information on it. What you could even do is have a slideshow with 3 slides built in the main area of the website. So you're giving out 3 pieces of information, all your services in one go, and then it doesn't need to slide. You can even have buttons of navigation below it as well if needed. And lastly, number 6, testimonials. So having a long page of testimonials is pointless. No one's going to sit there reading through it. I feel like personally in 2024, it doesn't really add as much value to a business having them all on one page. It's better to potentially have them at the bottom of your website across all pages so they can slide through. That way, it's in the user's memory at the same time, because they can see all the reviews at the bottom, but also having them on third-party platforms such as Google and Trustpilot. Video reviews is something really good. I do think having video reviews instead of long pages of testimonials is going to be the next big thing, as opposed to just having text on a website. You can see from this website here, if we scroll down, it's got loads of reviews. There's no name on them reviews. It's just a long list of reviews, and that's it. A couple of things that it doesn't have is the date these were added. You don't know when this work was actually completed for that period. And then alongside of that, you have no names of them people either. So you don't know if they're real people, essentially. I'm sure they are, but just as a note, looking at it, some people might think they're not real, potentially. Whereas if they're on a third-party website, which I do believe this website has because it mentions it on the website, just maybe even having a link halfway through to view all your links on Check a Trade, that would help out. And it will also give the business more social proof online, showing that it's got more reviews elsewhere on third-party websites as well, as opposed to just to their own website. And what you'll also notice is once you start going through points 1 to 6, at the end of it, your website will look more professional, more towards your target audience and your ideal client type as well. because of the work that you've carried out previously. If you're also wondering, well, what other things can I include on my website and make it stand out more compared to your competitors, click on the video in the top right corner and I'll tell you over 5 things that you should include on your business website. Thanks for watching.